Yes. Uh-huh. I'm just looking at these sculptures. Oh, the Christ of the Andes. Yeah. Statue of Liberty. The Bear Tamer. Eagle alighting, prancing horse. Mount Rushmore. Oh. Abraham Lincoln. Oh. Perseus and the head of Medusa. Joan of Arc, Paul Revere, Jose Dan San Martin. Then there's the Donatello, the St. John the Baptist, a carved pedestal for statue of Jose de San Martin. And then contemplation of justice, law. You know, I thought for sure that a lot of those women in justice in law, yeah, they worship Lady Justice. But let's say Lady Justice got upset at you because for some reason somebody took your nose. Yeah. And the very thought of smelling the actual, well, how can we describe it? When men want to conceive a baby, yes, they have something in their gonads that causes ovaries. Oh, well, listen, Lady Justice. Why don't you explain to me exactly why this is criminal? I don't think Lady Justice is very happy today. Now, I'm going to want all the fraud and forgery removed. And I have heard it explained that somebody thought, well, since they don't know, we don't have to do what the law says. But I'm sure that the ex officio Superior Court clerk's signature is a forgery. And I'm very, very confident that since the parent of Zachary did not appear in court, yes, his rights were violated. He had the right to have his own protection order. And then when you don't give me any notice or opportunity to be heard because you say I'm homeless, it does violate federal laws for students that are the children of homeless parents. Yes. Now somebody made up this lie. Yeah. You didn't know where I was. Yeah. And then you had court hearings where I didn't get any due process. And you issued child support orders and parenting plans and custody order. Yeah. But you never gave me a dissolution of marriage. And then there's the question of the jurisdiction of the United Nations. I had told you that as that father that is on rental assistance, yes, that has been homeless for the most part of the last 7 years, yeah, that I'd like to divorce my wife. Now, since we're still married, Miss Budnick, or is it Mrs. Budnick? Did she keep my last name? Well, I would think as a teacher, yeah, in the Brennan School District, that the homeless liaison, known as the school superintendent, yes, Trish Bedard, that happens to also be the civil rights coordinator and the homeless liaison officer, yes, having all these hats that Trish wears, you would appreciate the concern of giving a dissolution of marriage, yes, where the husband never got it. Mm. Now, I went through the Quilcene High School requirements to be able to be involved in athletics. Yeah, it does require some parental consent. Yes. And I thought that I had emailed numerous coaches in the WIAA. Yeah. And then there was the University of Washington. Well, it turns out that any and all coaches that do know that without the parental consent of the homeless father, yes, that never received a dissolution of marriage, did not have any due process when it was being issued, and you didn't have the jurisdiction of law, that every time she signed the consent form, it's a crime. Now, I thought I was going to sue every coach in every school that has the knowledge right now. Of the fraud, the international kidnapping, the violating of the Hague Convention. Yes, because it looked to me that I had informed. Now, coaches, I just want to know of all those physicals that you have to have. Yes. Did anybody stick their finger in the rectum, in the anus of my sons to see if their prostate was okay? Oh, because I'm going to want to know every anus, yes, of every school. Yes! Now, we have some wicked individuals that are an ancient breed of persons that did interbreed with other cities during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, that any time they can actually take the anus of any student right now. See, I was involved in high school football. Yes, my freshman year. And one of the few times that anybody put their finger in my anus is when they had me cough. Now, you get me the signatures of all the consent forms necessary to play high school and junior high athletics. Yes. And then you get me the physicians right now. Because I want you to understand something. Putting your finger in my son's asshole. What's up, what?